Welcome to the latest episode of Beyond the Reels, where today we're going to be doing something a little bit different in that we're not actually looking at a slot title. So I'm delighted to be joined by Connor Blinman, the head of games at Gaming Corps, to run through the studio's latest title, Piggy Smash. Now, before we get into the game itself, could you just tell us a little bit about the company and your role at Gaming Corp?
Yeah, of course. So I am the head of games here at Gaming Corps. I've been here since June 2022. And we are a development studio that produces numerous titles across multiple different verticals in the casino industry. My role here is to lead the product development life cycles and also head up the strategy. I work with countless numbers of key members who are extremely talented, and we together produce up to I'd say around 20 games per year. Across different verticals of games. So from slots to arcade games, mines, Plinko, Crash, and now also our Smash4Cash product.
Cool. So you touched on it there. The new title has sort of launched a new mechanic with it, the Smash4Cash mechanic, and the theme is Piggy Smash, which uses sort of piggy banks and hammer smashes that reveal prizes. Now, could you just sort of walk our viewers through the base game of this title?
Yeah, of course. So basically, with Piggy Smash, we're bringing to the market our brand new and innovative mechanic that we've called Smash4Cash. With this game, the aim of it is for the player to quite simply smash objects to win prizes. This arcade style of product hasn't been seen before in the online casino space. So what we're bringing to our partners and our players is something completely new. The aim of the game, like I said, is to simply smash things for prizes. So with each bet the player makes, the hammer will come smashing down to attempt to smash the object, and whether or not it smashes is completely up to RNG, so it's completely random. And if the object does smash, there's a chance that it will reveal a prize between 1 and 100 times the player's bet, depending on the color of the piggy bank itself. And also, when the piggy bank smashes, there is a chance that it doesn't award a prize, but instead awards a feature. And those add to the player experience to make it something very different whenever you smash a piggy bank open.
Yeah, so it's certainly a fun title, watching the prizes be revealed and finding out what you've won. Now, can we just sort of take a look at how the idea behind Smash4Cash came into fruition and what sort of the decision was behind using like a piggy bank themed title to debut this mechanic?
Yeah. So back in 2023, I'd say around the middle of the year, we really wanted to create something to change up the player experience in 2024. We wanted to create something unique that nobody had seen before in the online space, and that's kind of where Piggy Smash came about, and where the Smash4Cash mechanic started was we wanted to do something completely different. So once we had decided on the mechanic and we had this, the name came really quickly for us. It just was super obvious to call this game Smash4Cash. We then decided to think about what type of themes we could pair with this mechanic. And quite quickly, I would say, we were discussing, okay, well, what objects could we smash and what could reveal prizes. And among pretty much every member of the team, we had we all had experiences growing up with piggy banks or in different sorts of forms, of course, but still that like piggy bank was something which everybody had experienced in the past. And you kind of collect your pocket money, and towards the end of the year or end of the month, you'd smash your piggy bank open to reveal the prizes that would essentially be collected over the course of a few months or whatever. So that sort of mechanic, the nostalgia behind the theme, they all kind of combined it really well for this player experience to be what it is today.
Okay, and within Piggy Smash, other than just the base game, there is also a rampage feature as well as a more enhanced multi-rampage feature. Could you just explain what these features are and how they can enhance the gameplay?
Yeah, so obviously with Piggy Smash, it is an arcade style product, but its mechanics itself are like deeply rooted in slot mechanics and slot player behavior. So with the Rampage feature as an example, it is essentially like a free spins feature, and that is quite cool to this product in itself. It is an arcade style product, but we do appeal to slot players with these different sorts of features. So with the Rampage feature, it is essentially guaranteeing the player up to 10 uh, guaranteed smashes of piggy banks. So you get the Rampage feature awarded, and it's essentially like free spins, and you're guaranteeing the player up to 10 piggy smashes in a row. So that is something which I feel as if adds to the player experience. It just enhances the game overall. It gives you something to chase, gives you something to hope for whenever you smash open a piggy bank. And then on top of the Rampage feature, we have the multiplier Rampage feature, which essentially multiplies the winnings that are obtained from the Rampage feature. So again, just adds that extra bit of volatility, ups the win potential for the player. Uh, Again, gives them something to chase in the long term.
Okay, and that sort of really does add to like the arcade feel of the game as well when you see the multiple smashes being made in a row. Now, why do you think these sort of arcade style games are becoming so popular with both operators and suppliers that develop them?
Yeah, so it's a good question. I feel as if the casinos right now are obviously inundated with suppliers offering them different slots. And I feel as if what this sort of game does is it targets a different sort of demographic whilst being very similar to the slot style of gameplay and core gameplay loop. It does target a different sort of demographic, something which is maybe a more casual demographic, somebody who isn't a slots player or a traditional table player, and they can come to this game and experience something different. And I do feel as if that sort of thing is just growing with release upon release, month on month. These sorts of games are just becoming more popular because it does target a demographic that hasn't been targeted before.
Okay, and so does that mean that studios sort of gain from being able to offer these titles to operators? What sort of benefits are gained from that?
Like I said, I don't exactly know how many suppliers there are at the moment offering slot titles to casinos, but I do feel as if studios gain a massive kind of USP on the market if they offer these arcade titles. And with ourselves, we see a really strong connection with casinos who are looking for something different. And we do offer slots, but we do also offer these arcade titles, and I do feel like that gives us a leg up in such a competitive marketplace at the moment. So yeah, I think the benefits are quite obvious, really, because we are offering something different for casinos that not every supplier is offering. So yes, it's a big USP for us at the moment.
I can certainly see that, and obviously a lot of operators are constantly trying to bring in new players, often younger players that are just sort of becoming old enough and getting introduced to gambling. How important is it for games like this to appeal to the sort of rising need for instant gratification that we're seeing sort of mainly in a younger generation of players?
So, well, the way I see it is that attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, particularly among the younger generations. Like short form content, whether it's like your TikToks or YouTube Shorts or whatever it is, those sorts of short form contents are like the kind of driving factor of entertainment nowadays. So what you see with arcade titles are very quick instant gratification sort of style of gameplay. And when it comes to Piggy Smash, it is much quicker than a slot game. It you do the second you bet, the hammer comes smashing down. That piggy bank is going to be smashed open or it isn't. Like it's very obvious. It's very easy to understand, and the core feedback loop is instant gratification for when the smashing does actually happen. So yeah, it's certainly more casual. It maybe appeals to a demographic that isn't up for gambling on a slot product in a more traditional sense. So yeah, I do feel as if these sorts of games are appealing to that younger generation of players that casinos don't necessarily have lots of at the moment, and we're able to offer a product to these casinos that gives them the opportunity to target these demographics of players.
Fantastic. And obviously, Piggy Smash is the debut for Smash4Cash. Now, how does the studio plan on developing this mechanic further in future releases?
On our roadmap currently, there's two additional Smash4Cash products. One is being launched in March, um, and that's known as Rampage. And that's obviously named after the core feature in the game. And that game is a very minimalistic, simplistic version of the core mechanic itself, Smash4Cash. It doesn't have too many fancy animations or anything like that, but it is very simple and easy to understand, easy to play. You know exactly what you're getting. If we look at other very popular arcade titles on the market, such as Plinko and our Mines products, those products are very simple in the way they look. And whilst Piggy Smash is our AAA title of animations and art and sound, Rampage is a much more minimalistic version of that game, and it's going to give the players something a bit different to play, and it's going to give casinos the opportunity to add their own branding to the product, and that for us is really important, so that players connect with their branding, and players will then connect with our game. So that's one game which is releases in March, and then also later in May we have Gems Rampage, which is again very similar to Piggy Smash, AAA sort of title where the player will experience a different sort of theme, but with the Smash4Cash mechanic at the center of the product. And so both games are something to really look forward to in the future.
Yeah, well, it certainly sounds like the mechanic could be sort of a big part of Gaming Court's sort of content production as the year goes on. Now, sort of looking ahead at the rest of the year, besides these Smash4Cash games, what other significant releases can our viewers expect to see from Gaming Corp in 2024?
Yeah, so we're continuing to release on average one slot game per month, which introduces new innovations to the player. One of which comes out next month in March with Bon Bon Bonanza. And Bon Bon Bonanza is our take on a scatter pays candy slot. And that game has some very unique, interesting features that haven't been done before in a scatter pays sort of slot. So yeah, that game is something to definitely look forward to. But then also on the arcade side of things, we have Samba Soccer, which comes out in April. And Samba Soccer is targeted specifically at the LATAM players. And the game is based in Rio de Janeiro with a football freestyler who will do some keepy-uppies, some tricks through the streets of Rio. And the player will be introduced to our brand new Crash engine, and which comes with brand new mechanics and allows the player to experience Crash games in a whole different way than they have done before.
Fantastic. So there's certainly an array of different products there for people to look forward to. Now, thank you very much for joining us today, Connor, and walking us through Piggy Smash. For those of you at home watching, make sure to check it out. And yeah, thanks for joining us today, Connor. Cheers.